Alright, I decided to take on the mosquitoes this evening, take a little walk and check out a couple of my bear bait sites. Right now it's July 2020. Next month I'll be able to start baiting the bears up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan here. And right now I'm about to walk into where Brett shot his bear in last week's episode. Then later in the show we're going to check out my dad's hunt from last fall. Ended up being his biggest bear to date, his second bear he's ever got. And this time I was with him. But first we're going to take a look at my hunt, and that's actually right here where Brett shot his bear. In 2018 I had my last tag, and I ended up getting a bear. I started back there with a bow, ended up coming back here, plans changed in a hurry, ended up getting my bear. So let's check that one out right now. Alright, here we are, it's go time. It's the morning of the opener for the second hunt. It's just shortly after 9 o'clock in the morning. My plan has been to get out there sitting by 11, but I'm all packed up, ready to go, and getting a little antsy. The last 4 days, a bear has been in there around 12:30 in the afternoon, give or take about 20 minutes. So I like my chances. I'm dressing light. I'm not wearing what I'm going to be wearing in the stand because it's supposed to get up to like 82 or 84 today. Ridiculously hot weather for this time of year up here. The wind today is not very good. There's not a whole lot of wind, but what there is, it's kind of coming out of the wrong direction. There's not going to be a change in the wind direction until about Tuesday of next week, and that's just going to be too late. I got a couple nice bears hanging around. It's a gamble either way. You know, I can go in there and take a chance of blowing it, or I, wait too long. There's a lot more pressure, people entering the woods today. I can see a couple of people are up to their camps today. They're ready to enter the woods, and that pressure is gonna change things. I've been going in there every day, baiting things up. They're used to me. They're used to my smell. So I'm gonna do everything I can to minimize it. But I'm hoping what little there is, they're comfortable enough to come in. Had a pretty discouraging hunt yesterday morning with the wind, and I went back out there. Back out there about 10 o'clock this morning. The bait hadn't been hit. Well, on the way to that bait, about a half a mile away, I had this bait. I mean, I was in the woods for 10 and a half hours yesterday, and I plan to do the same today just because the trail camera pictures. I knew the possibility was there, and the only way to get it done is just to put in your time. But anyway, this dude slipped in here about, just a little after 7, and I was still fumbling with the cameras, trying to get everything all set. He opened those logs right in the middle and was facing right away from me, belly down. I mean, completely laying down. And I got a shooting stick. I got elbow up on my knee, good solid rest. But man, the longer I watched, the more nervous I got. Finally, he kind of got up and he turned. It was a steep angle away, but I took the shot. I had a nice rest. He kind of plowed right there in the center of the logs. I could see him laying just off the bait. I better get over there and take a look and get started. I got a long ways out of here. Here he is, he's down. Nice boar. I did go up here already and check just to make sure he was down. Very pleased with this. Very pleased. Oh yeah, look at that head. Oh. Look at that. Oh, that's a good bear. That's a good bear right there. Awesome. Nice. So back in the 90s, my dad ended up picking up his first video camera, and he's like, hey, we're gonna start filming our hunts and our fishing and trapping adventures. I'm like, okay, but there's one of these big bulky things you slung over your shoulder. They took these giant VHS tapes, and a couple of times getting out and using that, and I'm like, I don't want to film you. I don't want anybody else up in the tree with me, more scent, more, chances of spooking game, and I don't want to set down my pole to get the camera on you. Well, why are we doing this? But, after a year or two, being able to go back anytime and just watch those adventures, most of the stuff you would never remember, and some of that stuff, I mean, you could never get back. So it took some time, but eventually I was on board 100%. I ended up getting my own camera, and now that I have kids and trying to get them more involved in the outdoors, it's really nice to be able to do that too. We've been out hunting, we've been out trapping, we've been out fishing, and doing those same things with my kids, and hoping that they might continue it on.
Yes! I can't believe I shot a squirrel.
You dropped him. You see that? Your first squirrel.
Yeah.
I started hunting bears back in 2008, and my dad was there behind me with the camera. Unfortunately, I wasn't there when my dad ended up shooting his first bear. I want to be there when he shoots a bear. So last fall, that's what we did. We went back. I had a good bear coming in, and he got his chance. All right, we're headed back for the evening sit. It's my dad back here taking a rest. It's a long ways back here. Not everybody wants to come back here. I would imagine this would probably be the only time my dad ever comes back here.
It'll be the last two.
So hopefully it's going to be worth the effort. We're going to put a bear down, a big bear. Not too big because I have to drag it out of here. So it's probably over a mile, from where we park. Just walked across the edge of the beaver pond here that stretches for a few hundred yards. We're almost there though. We're gonna get set up. Dad's got his rifle there. What is that? 7mm mag?
Very good.
Pop out a couple of chairs. Looks like this is gonna be the only good wind day for this bait. Probably go right through the weekend, so if there's a time to hit it, this is probably it. I ran this one yesterday, it was hit, and I see that on the 14th, today's the 16th, this first day of the second hunt. On the 14th, there was a bear there in the morning, and there's a bear there about 40 minutes before dark. So it kind of went cold there for a couple days, and now it's picking back up again. Looked like, I don't know if it was the same bear or not, but looked pretty decent. It had longer legs. It's a longer legged bear. So hopefully one comes in here. We're gonna be sitting on the ground about 35 yards from the bait. Hopefully we can put one down this evening. It's warmed up. Baits are picking up a little bit. They went kind of slowing down a little bit, but everything seemed to be hit today. What do you think? Big bear. Big bear. Not too big. Little bear. One I could throw on my back.
He come right at us. I had it right on his chest.
Yeah.
And he kind of, I don't know. I had a shot, why not take it,
Yeah, because he's looking at us. He's giving us the business.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they come in and then they'll take off.
He was standing right there in the broad,
Yeah.
clear, open. That bear was dead.
Yeah, that's a definite.
I think it was that long-legged one, wasn't it?
That's the one.
I had my elbow right on my knee, my gun up, right on his chest.
Oh, goodness.
No, Well, I'm not gonna monkey around.
He come in right downwind too. The wind was kind of sketchy.
Yeah, yeah.
The wind was pretty sketchy.
Oh, sweet. Let's go down and take a look before we. Why we still got good light. Boy, we got a cold on that thing.
Heck yeah. It's a good bear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a 200 pounder all day. Heck yeah. All day. Big feet. It's a boar.
Boar too.
Nice boar.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah, it's got a nice fatty in it. He read the script, didn't he? Come right in and.
Perfect.
Got a beaver pond. A lot of work, but I'm glad Tori caught me into coming back into this bait here because it sure did pay off. And what a nice one.
Nice bear. All right, here he is the next morning. We just ran in to the DNR check station here in Michigan. You gotta go in and get your bear registered. They wanna know what county, what area. They take a sample of the, they take one of the teeth, they take a rib sample, a hair sample, put a seal on it, and weigh it. We put him on the scales, and he was, live weight would be about 213. So a real nice boar. We're about ready to get him up on the pole and get the skinning. With the bear, the first thing you want to do, you don't want to leave them overnight. You want to get to it just as quick as you can. You do not want to mess around. You want to get it hung up. It's starting to warm up, hung up, skinned out right away, just as quick as you can. Not like a deer. They hold their heat overnight and they will spoil. You got anything to say? What do you think about that?
Well, I think he pretty much covered it all. You mentioned the mother-in-law went back here with you and helped you drag it out, thank God, because I was just about drained by the time I got back here. I had all I could do to make it back, but anyway, I feel a lot better today after that walk, so it was all good. I'm happy, nice bear, and I might say that he kind of tricked me going in there. We were going to hit the first bait, it was only about a half mile. We figured I'd hit that, but that wasn't hit. We rebaited it, and we ended up all the way back here.
I guilted him into walking the extra half plus mile.
And I'm glad he did.
Because
I'm glad he did.
you got to get after them while they're there. All right, let's get them hung up.